today we fan that fire by asking the question, what is creation? And the answer the Westminster Larger Catechism gives us is, creation is this. In the beginning, for himself and out of nothing, God made the world and everything in it in 6 days by the word of his power, and all very good. Of course, the world here entails the whole of the cosmos, all the mass and energy that exists in the universe. Of course, we don't have time to discuss the implications of this amazing truth, but talking of time, we see that from the words borrowed from the very first words of the Bible, in the beginning, that it is also this beginning that God created, so space and time come from God as their source. The next concept is almost as enlightening as the first. We're given, in an almost matter-of-fact way, the very purpose of the universe. God made the physical universe and everything in it for himself. This reminds us that God is completely sovereign. He owns this universe and so has every right to do with it as he pleases. And this idea means that everything has meaning, because everything has a purpose which can be traced back to God's ultimate purpose. So this phrase negates nihilism. Just to remind you, the philosophy of nihilism teaches that there is no ultimate meaning to life or the universe, and we should give up trying to find ultimate truth because it is ultimately unattainable and unknowable. The Christian worldview, however, starts with God as the intelligent designer and builder of the universe, and this changes everything. All the order and beauty that we observe all around us and in us does do what we think it does instinctively. It points to purpose and meaning. We are here for a reason. Now, the next phrase, out of nothing, is substantiated by verses such as Hebrews 11 verse 3. By faith we understand that the universe was created by the word of God, so that what is seen was not made of things that are visible. And this basic belief is sometimes called creation ex nihilo, creation out of nothing. That is to say that God made all that exists in the 4 dimensions we inhabit out of nothing physical. However, because God is more substantial, more permanent and vast than this realm of space-time, we can say that all that is came out of God, and even now subsists in him. Paul, quoting a pagan poet, says of God, "In him we live and move and have our being. Indeed, we are also his offspring." We also see here the phenomenal power of God's speech, his word, which of course is a rich theological concept and a truth that inspires great confidence in the word of God. We see how powerful it is every day. After God made the universe, he stood back like a master craftsman might look at his masterpiece, and God declared it is very good. We experience the joy of a stunning sunset or wonder at the intricately designed DNA that codes for life on Earth. We are to recognize that it is valuable and purposeful. All that is to glorify God. And this idea that the material world is inherently good and noble is an important corrective to the stream of thought that sees this material world as something to escape from or something to transcend. This old Gnostic dualism has no place in authentic Christianity. It's not true that the physical is bad and that all that is good is spiritual and ephemeral. And I'm sure we'll return to this idea that creation, even in its fallen state, is inherently good because it is made by and for God, not least when we come to the idea of an embodied God. It is the Word of God who created the world, the Word of God who became enfleshed as man, and the same Word who will be held in perpetual honour, which brings us to our final Bible reference in Revelation, the song of the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders who sing to the triune Creator God, "Worthy are you, O Lord and God, to receive glory and honour and power, for you created all things, and by your will they existed and were created." And on that note, our 5 minutes of fire is up. So until next time, remember, the tradition is not worshipping the ashes, but tradition is keeping the flame alive.